Hey guys, day 56. I'm just shifting gears a little bit from the interior because I'm cleaning this place out. I just have so much, if you see in the back of my truck, I just have so much garbage in here I want to get rid of. My buddy said he'll take it. I loaded it in the back of my truck. I'll drop it off to him. And as I figured while I'm cleaning up, I'm going to jump off the interior because I'm tired of looking at that water pump and that fuel pump. So rather than put it somewhere, I'm just going to put it on the car. I got to put a new fuel pump on. I took the water pump off to change it, and then I kind of got rushed to get the car out of here so I can get it to paint and body. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to start on that. I'm going to try to move on as far as I can go, especially with the interior. I'm missing a couple of things for the AC, a little bit of ductwork and stuff like that. But it doesn't hold me up. You know, I can do all the wiring harness. I can do all that stuff. So, you know, I mean, there's plenty to get done. But, alrighty, let me get started. I want to show you something before I put this fuel pump in. You see the motor mount right down in there? Right over there. Whenever you put a motor in, or whenever I put a motor in, I always put the motor mount bolt in through the back. Sometimes guys will put these in, you know, if they don't have a fuel pump in it or something like that. Like something like this. If you have a situation like this, where it's so much easier, just take the bolt and slide it through the front, throw your fuel pump on. But if you ever have a problem, now you gotta take your fuel pump off to pull that motor mount out. Hopefully you'll never have to pull the motor mount out, but that's one of the reasons why I feed it in through the back. So, alrighty, back to work. So I threw the fuel pump on and the water pump on. Now it's out of my way. I'm tired of looking at it. I think that water pump's been lying around, I think, since day 16 or something like that. So I'm just tired of looking at it. So I figured rather than to throw it on the shelf, let me just throw it on the car. It had to go on there anyway. Well, I'm going to start now. Let me show you this right over here. This right here, it's like a vacuum. It works off a vacuum. Or for this switch, actually. The vacuum lines come off of here. It works off the lever, off your control switch. So depending on when you turn the AC on, you'll see the door. It'll actually open. It'll actually open and close, depending on that switch, on how you have it set. You know, for the AC, whether you turn it on or off. I'm going to do that. I'm going to throw this in, and I got the wiper transmission right here. I'm going to throw the wiper transmission in, I'll pull this vent off, this cowl off, and that's where that AC piece goes in. I'll show you when I put it in. So I'm going to do that, and I'll just keep plugging along. So we'll see how it goes. I won't be able to hook it up to the wiper motor. When I put the wiper motor in, when I get power to it, it'll neutral out, and then, you know, I'll hook up the wipers and everything like that. So, alrighty, now let me keep going. All right, let me show you what I did. This was that piece that I showed you on the workbench. That's the line where it goes in. That's the vacuum line right there, and it goes right onto the end of that piece right there. So I'll change that. I have it. I just have to dig it out. I'll put all new lines in there, all new vacuum lines. This way it's not an issue. I'm not going to charge the system or anything. It's still going to need to go to like an AC guy, but I'm going to make sure that everything's there, or at least as much of it there, to where if I down the road or somebody else down the road, they decide that they want to hook up the AC and get the AC blowing ice cold air, at least all this stuff is done. It's all done right, knock on wood. And you know, they'll just have to fine tweak and change whatever else needs to be changed, but I'm going to put everything in here that I have. This right here, these are the clips that hold this trim on. That cowl right there actually slips in underneath, in between the chrome and on top of this clip, all the way across. This way it keeps it nice and snug all the way through. So here's the wiper motor, wiper transmission right there. And it just works back and forth, really. That's pretty much what it does. So that's it for that. Start, I guess, hitting the wiring on the inside. I have to go pick up, my buddy has a steering column, and I have the gauges, I have everything, but I'm just really kind of find all the AC stuff, because I don't want to put stuff in and then all of a sudden find it and say, oh, now I gotta pull this out to put that back in. So I'm really kind of like not procrastinating on this, because there's so much other things that I can do, but I really want to get this done. I just need to find the rest of the parts. Okay, so alrighty, let me keep chugging along. Let me show you what I'm doing here. See these right here? Here and here. And there's one more here and one more here. That's what holds this whole ashtray in. Got a little ahead of myself. Mr. Wilson's here helping me. He hates the camera. But we got this in right here. And let's see if I can get in there. Got the vent in right here. And this is how, if you can see it, how this wood grain and that panel and grab bar go in place. That's pretty much it. But all right, I'm gonna keep moving along. I don't know a lot about air conditioning, and Mr. Wilson's over here giving me a hand, and he's giving me a whole rundown on this, and I'm learning a lot. So hopefully, I might be able to help you guys out. This is a plug right here that's going to go through the firewall right there. On the other side of that firewall, if you remember, I mounted this canister on the firewall outside over there behind the wheel well. When this goes through the firewall, this one little line goes to the left, which plugs into this little line right here. This big line is where the canister picks up the vacuum from the motor, and I'll show you that out there. If I have the piece in there, if not, when I pick up the piece, I'll show you. But I think it's still there. This line here goes to a valve. It's like a heater shutoff, like a heater core shutoff, kind of like when you turn the AC on. It kind of restricts the water to the heater core, it turns it off. I'm not really sure how that works, but I'll show it to you. This line here and this line, these two lines, this line here is going to work its way down to a valve down in here. This line here is going to go up to a valve right up over in here. On the other side is that other valve underneath the cowl. It's right here. Right in there. And then the other line that comes through comes around. All right, here's the valve that I was showing you, where that other line comes to. And on these inner fender wells, when you buy them new, they don't come pre-drilled. But what they do is they put a dimple in there. There's one here, and there's another one here. And that's where this goes. So, the line that I'm showing you, here's the canister. If you can see the canister back down in there, that's the line it's going to come out of. It's going to come up. It's going to go through a gutter right across in the back. The vacuum line is going to come around, and then it's going to feed this right here. So it's a little complicated. I don't know anything about it. Mr. Wilson showed me everything I need to know, and he's pretty good at explaining things. So I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep moving along, but I just wanted to show you in the video what I'm doing, okay? Alrighty, here we go. Hey guys, I want to show you what I got done in here, what I was working on. Right over here, here's the line that comes in. The one I was telling you about comes through the firewall. Right over here. Let's see if we can get this light in. That's that line right up there. The way it, let me see here. It tees off. And then it goes over to here, right here. This right here plugs into, I just want to show you. It plugs into the side right here. See these three valves? That's on the AC control. That works all of this right here. There's going to be a canister right there. I'm just waiting to get that. I should have that in another day or two. It works all of these lines right here, right out of here. And like I say, these two lines out here, the one line goes here. The one line goes right here. And the other line goes right in there. And that's where it comes out of. I still have to set it through the firewall. I just want to try to run everything in. Right there, that's the wire gutter, and it comes up, runs through the wire gutter. There's a line right here. Let's see. This line right here, that's going to get a 30 amp breaker, fuse. I'm sorry, 30 amp fuse. It's going to run back through the firewall, down through there. I'm going to run it behind the fender well on the other side. I don't know if that's factory, but if it's not, I'm going to try to run it factory. If I have to move it, it's easy enough to move. What it does is it runs around up front to where the horn relay's got to go, right over there. So I just want to show you, I'm trying not to miss anything. So that's as far as I'm going to go with this. It's raining kind of pretty hard, so I might just put the fuse box in and just put everything where it's got to go and call it a day, because I have something else that I got to do, and I'll show you that also. But you know what? Yeah, I'm going to do that, and then I'll probably call it a day. All right, so let me keep going. All right, guys, I'm going to clean up. I'm going to bring my car in. I'm going to dry it off. And let me show you what I did so far today, from what I can remember, because it's just like a blur. All right, so we got over here. Oh, I got my steering column, which is good. Hopefully I'll have that in within the next, I don't know, maybe it was the next day or two. I got all my wiring in. I got my fuse panel in and over there. These are all, the idiot lights. This is the headlight switch, the wiper switch. This is for the clock right here. You just break it down. Everything's kind of like plug and play right now. So, it's just, I like these kits because they go in fairly easy. And let me show you over here. For the engine harness and the wire harness, that plugs into there. One side is for the lights, and one side's for the engine. So it'll come up through here, it'll feed through, and right over here, that'll be the horn relay, things like that. And the other one is for the engine harness, which is for your starter, alternator, all the other stuff, no alternator, it's for your starter, and there's another line that runs across from here. It runs all the way across to here to a little, it's like an isolator block right here. If you can see it, let me show you what it looks like. Right over here. Let me see if I have it here. Here's one. All right, here it is. This right here. This mounts right down. Mounts right in here. You can see it. Down in here. and that's where you get all your power from. So a lot of times, when you get in these old cars, these fittings, they kind of rust out a little bit. And what happens is that gives power to everything. So if that gets rusted or if the line gets cut or anything, you lose all power. And you're like, oh man, it's like, how come I don't have any power? This little box right here is what kind of feeds the whole car. So, alrighty, that's pretty much it for today. What else did I get done? I'm not sure. I guess you'll see it on the video when I get done. It's just, like I say, everything's kind of like a blur. I didn't expect Mr. Wilson to stop by today. I was moving along, at a decent pace, and he stopped in. He says, hey, Al, I got some of your AC stuff. I got your steering column and everything. I'm like, all righty, bring it on over. And then we got started on this. We started putting this in, the ashtray, the grab bar. We started just slowly starting to put the car together. And but this is as far as I'm going to go today. I have something else that I'm going to work on. I'll show you that right now. And then I'm going to call it a day. Alrighty, so I'm going to start cleaning this up. I'm going to get that car dried off. And I'll show you what else I'm working on, okay? See you in a bit. Hey guys, it started raining, so I figured let me shift gears. A buddy of mine's got a 69 Camaro, his bucket seat, and he asked me if I could reupholster it. Well, he didn't ask me. He asked me if I can get him the materials, and while I ordered everything, I said, listen, if you want me to try to reupholster it, I will. I'm not an interior guy. So I reupholstered the seat for him. It actually came out okay. So he asked me to do this passenger seat, this right here. So I'm like, you know what, I'll do it. And I figured, let me videotape it. Shift gears, it started to rain. So I put my Camaro in. I didn't want to leave it out in the rain. It's supposed to clear up in a little while. So if I have time, I'm going to reupholster this seat now. I'll show you how I do it. And we'll see. I ordered new covers for it. I got new springs right here. New cushions. So it's kind of like, this is the seat actually. It's not in bad shape, but it doesn't match the new one that I did. And I'm not saying that the person who did this was done probably about 20 years ago. And I'm not saying the person that did it didn't do a good job, because I don't talk bad about anybody's work. It just wasn't done the way I would have done it. So take a look when I take it apart, and you'll see how he did it his way. Okay? So I'll get started. these right here? I took them off of this one. Right here. That's in line with this. Right here. So I was able to save these. And I just wanted to show you, so when you're looking in the video, you're like, hey, wait a minute, what is he putting there? That's what the bottom seat cover clips onto. All right, guys, I just want to show you where I am right now with this, with these, the lower spring. Right here, they just clip in. Right there, right here. As you can see all the way across, they all, like, these springs just slide in this way and then they clip. You know, they hold on to themselves right there. And then the same thing here. I don't know if you could see it. Right there. Like these clips, these three. And then the same on this side right here. And then if you spin this, if you spin it around right here, this is where the bottom springs. There's three of them. And they kind of have the same tabs right there. You just loop it through and then bend it over. Loop it through, bend it over. That's pretty much it on that. But I just wanted to show you as I'm going along. I'm going to start setting the cushions on. Once I set the cushions on, I could do the bottom seat cover. Alrighty? Alrighty, here we go. right, guys, it's the end of the day. I made a big enough mess. This is what came out of that seat. It's crazy. I don't know who did it, but whoever did it, they packed it in there pretty tight. This is it. It's got a crease right here. There's nothing underneath here. This is a crease just in the material. I'm hoping maybe with an iron and maybe I'll lay a towel over it and I hit it with an iron. Hopefully it should pull that right out. And the same here. This is tight. This is really tight, actually. So I'm hoping the same with that. Maybe I'll just hit it, not with a, maybe even with a heat gun. I don't know. So, but other than that, I mean, you know, it kind of is what it is right here. So hopefully once I get those lines out of there, it should be pretty decent. Like I said, I'm no interior guy, but you know, they'll fight you. They definitely will fight you. But if you have patience and you take your time, they're really not that hard to do. So, but that's it for now. I'm going to clean up. It's the end of the day. Got a decent amount done. It started raining, so I really couldn't work on Toasty. So, but I'm going to, now I kind of got some of the parts that I needed to get going on that car. So hopefully, I'm hoping within the next few days, you're going to really start to see this car come together. I hope. Fingers crossed, knock on wood. But as always, I appreciate you watching these videos. I hope you like them. And I hope they can help you. I hope, you know, anybody's got a project that they're working on. And by all means, if you see me doing something and you have a better way of doing it, please tell me. I'm always looking to learn. Alrighty? So you guys take care of yourselves.